Hi, my name is Dori Adar. I'm a game designer from Tel Aviv, and I want to speak with you about two games that I've made, two political games. The first one, well, it's hard to describe the name in English. It's a kind of a pun about wards in Israel. This game was a reaction for something that Israeli parliament member has said that caused quite a stir. It talked about segregation in maternity wards, basically calling to segregate the Jews and Arabs. Now, this is a very delicate subject for us Jews living in Israel because we have quite an history with segregation. And I thought that what he said was so horrendous, and maybe, well, people were not so shocked about it. I mean, it caused a stir, but maybe not too much. So I decided to make this game and let people feel how it is to segregate people. So in this game, you are helping this parliament member as a doctor in the hospital, and you're supposed to segregate people by their IDs. So you get to see by the looks or names. You search for names in the IDs, and then you decide which goes right to the you know good and clean place, and which goes left to the not so clean, pretty much dirty place in the hospital. And the game really encourages you to do that, and it's also kind of satirical and funny. But what happens when you play the game is that you don't feel so good about doing these actions, and you're not feeling so good about you being successful in the game, but you do it still. In the mechanical way of things, this game worked, and it also achieved, what I hoped it would have achieved, this kind of eerie feeling, this unnerving feeling of doing something wrong and still doing it. So this game, well, it was popular in Israel when it came out. We had a few 100,000 hits, in the first few days. And I thought the message got across and we were happy about it. Then a few months later, Mr. Donald Trump came to office in the United States. And the first thing that he did, one of the first, was to do the Muslim ban, like to ban Muslims from the United States. So I thought it was a good opportunity for risking, and we translated the game, dubbed the Big Ben, and we added a few features to the game as well. So you are working at the airport and you're helping Donald Trump with the ban, and you're trying to decide who's Muslim, who's only looking like a Muslim, and maybe from different minorities, and you try to sort them right in the airport at the airport. And at some point of the game actually asks you who do you want to ban next, and you have all kind of ethnical groups that you can ban and then act upon in the game. So the game was not as viral as I thought it would, and I spoke to a few Americans about it, and they said, "Look, the game is not as shocking as the real person. I mean, you can't even imitate the depth of shockness this guy is railing, right? He's doing so. So the game was supposed to deliver some kind of a punch, but eventually it was, the original was, way unimaginable, I guess. So in terms of the impact of these two games, well, I have to say, the first game, the Israeli game, it did make this punch. I mean, people were playing it, were horrified by it, but also they enjoyed it, and it caused this kind of like weird feeling among people. Um, but then again, it stayed with you, maybe because of our history with segregation. So we cannot measure impact, but people talked about it. In terms of the United States version, which you guys have because it's in English, we got some positive and negative reviews, but basically it did not make the same effect that we hope that it will. So these are the games, and enjoy the conference.